I am extremely interested in to see how Drew will lie herself out of this situation because, girl, this is a hot mess. Are y'all ready to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta? Cue the music.
Oh yes, bitches and hoes. I'm back.
I drop a player like it's nothing, it ain't working out. Now no debate or fuck discussion, bitch, I'm walking out. My time is money, I ain't loving, let you toast it out. Flip my weave and walk it out, look how I just bossed it out. Now come on baby, why you bugging, we can't talk it out. I keeps it moving, I ain't tripping, lost another spouse. I'm just a boss, it's in my blood, no I won't scream or shout. Grabbing my keys.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo Doll TV back with a quick little review of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 97, episode 95. Listen, all I know is the highlight of this episode is Drew getting called out on her lies because she's been lying since she got up here, but we'll talk about it. Let's get into the episode. We'll get back to Drew. So the episode opens up. Drew is outside with Sanya, Sheree, and Kenya crying. You know, she got up and left and stormed out of the room crying because she feels like nobody is taking her feelings seriously. Girl, Drew, go lay down. She said she's tired of people not acknowledging her feelings. And girl, we don't want to acknowledge nothing you got going on. That's just that. Anyway, the girls are standing around them. And Drew basically was saying, it's bigger than a lawsuit. This girl I owe this girl $1,000. You know, it's bigger than this. Nobody's really understanding why she's so emotional behind this so-called lawsuit. Hell, even Kenya said, well, girl, let us just split the bill, girl. We'll just split the lawsuit and give you the $1,000 to get this girl out your hair. You know what I'm saying? But Drew is sitting up there trying to make it seem like, no, it's bigger than that. You don't understand. It's bigger than this. You guys don't understand what I'm going through. My feelings don't get acknowledged. If I give her this money, it's going to be more money. I just don't want to do that. Now, while that's going on, the girls are inside slapping five and having a key at the fact that when she stormed out, Candy said, and seen. Girl, Candy went to get up to go to the bathroom. They said, you want to check on Drew? She said, no, girl, I'm going to the bathroom. You know, she still got her bubble guts. You know what I'm saying? And the girls are having a key behind that, you know, and they should, as they should, because Drew is an actress and she does act. Because right now, this does not cause for the response that she's getting. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. So now on the flip side, the producer gets Drew in the thing and say, girl, what's really going on? Why is you busting out crying? What's going on? And she tells us that this producer lady is the same one who had oiled Ralph up the first time. And basically now she done invited him to Vegas and she don't trust him. Girl, what are we saying right now? So you mean to tell me you let your husband go out of town with a woman you was already feeling uncomfortable with, talking about she want to get him in a strip show and he ain't got no strip body? Like, what are we doing here? Drew, you can't be this slow. You literally can't be this slow. But apparently she is. So that's why she busting out crying, because the heifers don't know what her man doing down there in Vegas with the other lady. But thankfully, you know, Sheree first was like, girl, I'm not about to deal with this girl and her dramatics. I'm not about to do it. But she ended up apologizing and they ended up hugging it out. You know what I'm saying? And they said they just gonna let it go. But at the end of the day, girl, Drew, don't nobody got time to be running behind you with this BS. Don't nobody have the time to do it at all. So now Drew and Sheree goes back inside. They sitting down, all the girls having a key. Candy come back from the bathroom or whatever the case. And Sanya tried to give her 2 cents on what's going on in the group. And girl, Kenya said, she said she has a jar for her 2 cents to put it in. Girl, Kenya, you is a shady girl. Kenya Moore is a shady girl. Do you hear me? Kenya don't play. Kenya is a shady girl. I'm here for it though. You know I'm always here for it. But since we on Kenya, Sheree brought up the fact that Kenya had told her earlier, 5 hours earlier, that Candy don't ever be at none of the events. Candy don't ever be there. Like, what's going on or whatever the case. And Kenya was like, yeah, I said that. I did, because I feel like you always busy. You always gone. You don't never have nothing. You know, you don't have no time for your friends, basically. And, you know, unfortunately, but honestly, Candy understands. She was like, I get it. She was like, because if I was them, I'd just stop inviting me to stuff. She was like, but I'm a very busy girl. Like, she's only out there for 2 days. She got to do a show the next day. So she don't have time to be running the streets. You know what I'm saying? She's a very, 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 very busy girl. And that's just what it is. Now, the girls are basically telling Candy, well, girl, like, I get that you're busy, but you need to make time for your friends. Like, where's the work-life balance? Like, where do you balance? Where do you see yourself like, okay, cool, I could cut off here or cut off there? How do you fit that into your pie or whatever? But Candy knows of no such thing. Candy don't know no work-life balance. That's speaking French to Candy. You know what I'm saying? That's not really her cup of tea or whatever. When Sheree asked her that, you know, she was like, when do you stop? Like, when do you get a chance to just stop and chill? And Candy said, girl, look, I don't have no chill, because at the end of the day, it's like when you have something, you don't want to lose it. It's like you better, what she said, it's better to not have something and then to have it and lose it, or something crazy like that. And basically just saying she's gonna work her fingers to the bone until the bone fall off. That's all I got from it. You know what I'm saying? She's just gonna do that, you know, and that's just what it is. And Sheree was just like, can't be me, which is most people. Most people cannot work like that. Most people do not work like that. But Candy is a workaholic, and just like they told Maurice on his other show, and more so, one day you're gonna be sitting around and realize you've missed your whole life because you was too busy working. Anyway, let's move on. So now, girls, these girls, day 2 of the trip, everybody getting ready, and poor Sanya almost got her hair burnt off by the girl who doing her hair. Girl, go apologize to your sister and get her. This lady is trying to burn your hair. Now, Marlo said it wasn't your hair, it was the wig, but that's still too close to home, girl. Sanya, go get your sister, fat. I know y'all have y'all ups and downs, y'all ins and outs, but go get your sister, because this heifer is going to burn all the hair off your head. Do you hear me? You're going to be round here looking crazy. You already look crazy. You're going to look even more crazy, okay? Anyway, so Monyetta and Drew was having a conversation. And Monyetta basically asked her if her and Sheree good after they had their conversation. She was like, well, you know, we kind of had our conversation. We're okay. We're good. Girl, Drew, tell these people what's really going on, because this is too much, okay? Now, on the flip side, Marlo came downstairs and told Sheree that she told Sanya to go upstairs and change, because she was up there with the denim on denim and with the stretched jeans or whatever. She said she ain't like that. She did not want another situation like Drew, and we all know Drew cannot dress. She said that's denim on denim crime. And if I don't take no advice from Marlo, fashion will always be the advice I take from Marlo. So she told Sanya to go back upstairs and put a skirt on and look like a lady and not like a construction worker like Drew. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the girls are all downstairs. They get to talking about what they're going to do for the day. They're going to do pottery. They're going to pick out stuff from the market so to bring to a chef, and the chef's going to cook it up and make it all good. They're basically laying out their daily plan. And while this is going on, child, everybody downstairs ready. Kenya is still upstairs playing around. Like, Kenya, you talk about respecting people's time, and you don't respect nobody's time. They went to even try to call Kenya, girl, and Kenya's number was going straight to the voicemail. I would have left Kenya. I ain't gonna lie. I would have left her. See how Sanya left her ass? What, didn't Sanya leave her when they was down there in Jamaica or something? I would have left her, because she is not respecting other people's time. She's just not. So after they all get on the bus, guess what happens? Kenya falls on her new booty. Kenya falls on her new booty in the rain with flip-flops on. Kenya, why is you in the rain with flip-flops on? You just got this booty. Why would you be in the rain falling out? Is you trying to get a lawsuit with the people? Let me know if you're trying to get a lawsuit, because if so, I'm here for it. But anyway, Kenya gets up. You know, everybody rallies around Kenya. The girls couldn't believe that she fell. Drew said she saw it. And, you know, of course, with all the dramatics, Kenya got to go to the emergency room. Now, Drew is over there talking about, girl, not another Drew, girl. I hurt myself when we went to Jamaica, girl. Now you hurting yourself out here, Drew. Shut up. You just want to be attached to something. You just shut up. Just shut up, Drew. Don't say nothing else, because we gonna get on you here in a minute. Don't say nothing else. So now the trip has been delayed, and Drew and Courtney have a conversation, and baby Courtney said that she feel like that's what's her name? Kenya's karma. She said the universe have a way of, you know, bringing stuff back around to you. You know what I'm saying? She said because Kenya is nice, nasty, and she is. I do like Kenya, but Kenya do have a way of just saying the most vile things to people, or being really mean and passive aggressive to people. But do I think this is her karma? I don't know. I ain't the universe. I'm not Mother Earth. But I don't know. Seriously. Drew says she don't feel comfortable with that. She don't like that she's saying that. She should just, you know, pipe down and just let, you know, God do his thing, or let the wheel be, or whatever. Let the chips fall where they may. Drew, shut up. Again, shut up. We gonna get to you. We got a lot to talk about with you, fat. But anyway, Candy on her second day on the trip. The first day she was sick. Now she got to go sit down in the emergency room. Poor Candy. You a good friend, because I'd have let her ass go by herself. I ain't even gonna lie. Only way I'd have win is if it was my best friend, girl. She only been there for 2 days. And she got to spend the second day of her trip, which is the last day, at the emergency room. Candy girl, I know you was mad you even went out there. I would have been. I ain't gonna lie. I would have been mad. But while they going down there to the hospital, the trip must go on, okay? We find out that Courtney said where they went seeing Bolo at. Y'all remember Bolo? She said, girl, that's 6 miles away from my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, girl, that's, I know where that's at. And Drew, big silly behind, said, girl, my husband, always, every time we go up there, he questioned me, is that where Bolo was? Is that where y'all was with Bolo with that incident? And I'm just sitting here saying, now I want you to keep talking, Drew. Because guess what? You gonna talk yourself right out of your lies. Keep on talking, baby. Keep on talking, baby. I mean, look at Bolo. They say his thing about 15 inches, girl. I would not want that to ruin me, but I sure would want to see it. Let's move on. So now the girls arrived to the market. The chef met them there because he's going to have them pick out some food so he can take it back to their restaurant and cook it or whatever the case may be. So they get to the market. It's raining. It's pouring down raining. Apparently it's rainy season. Drew says, who brings somebody on a trip during rainy season? Drew, shut up, because you ain't brought nobody nowhere but to your living room. Let's talk about it. Sheree trip is going better than a lot of y'all trips, period. And that's just what it is. But anyway, they goes down there, pick out their fish or whatever. I love that fresh. Listen, let me tell you something I noticed about this. Them people eat way better than Americans. All our stuff is processed and pumped up with GMO and all of this stuff. Those people eat very, very fresh. And you know what? For that alone, I be wanting to move. I ain't gonna lie. I be wanting to move. I be wanting to go to another country because we the only place that eat the way we eat. And it's disgusting. And we wondering why people popping up with cancer, mental health issues and all of that stuff. It's just a lot. But, they pick out their fish. If I was there, I probably would have got some red snapper. I ain't gonna lie. Or some redfish. But anyway, Marlo says catfish is the cheap, dirty fish while she sits there and eat a plate of catfish. The producer said, ain't that catfish? She said, yeah, girl, you want some? Girl, Marlo, go sit down. Go lay. Okay, go lay. Marlo crazy. Now, they looked at a rabbit who had a BBL, and Marlo says Kenya should have went to the doctor who gave the rabbit the BBL. Kenya already got her booty done over, girl. It ain't lopping like it was. It actually look a little bit bigger, too. Let's talk about it. It looks a little bigger. But she said, yeah, she should have went to where the rabbit went. Now, on the flip side, Monyetta, she can't stay away from her Candy girl. So she calls her to see what's going on with the hospital thing. And we find out they done rolled Kenya in the hospital and throwed her on the side of the wall, her and Candy, and they ain't even go back and check on them, girl. They just basically another number in line. Now, that gives Marlo a reason to jump up and say, but I thought you was worldwide. Because Marlo said, see me, ain't no way I'd have been sitting on side of no line or on side of the wall with these common folk, and I'm Marlo Hampton. Girl, stop acting crazy. But they was telling her that she need to find somebody to expedite them. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all don't know nobody. Y'all can't pull somebody on the side. You know what I'm saying? Maybe do a bribe or two. Like, hey, girl, can you get my girl through? We just trying to be in and out or whatever the case. But, one thing about Monyetta, she's gonna lick the bottom and the crevices of Candy's ass. Okay? She's gonna do that. So she was just like, well, we're in a different country. Shut up, Monyetta. Shut up. Because Monyetta I don't know. Monyetta, I thought you was gonna be a good addition, but you really just blows me. You and your Tina Turner wig. I don't like it. I don't like it. But anyway, moving on. The girls make their way down to lunch. They go down to lunch. They get there. They ordered a green wine that turns out wasn't green. It's just, I guess, the name they give it because of where it was. I don't know. I don't know what was going on. But they get down there to the restaurant. The chef got their food cooking. And basically, Marlo brings up how she's just so super excited about Scotty, and she be FaceTiming him and all of that stuff. And, she's just starting a date. She just, she's just walking out here in the dating world. She don't want to get too excited, but she's really, feeling her little relationship with Scotty. Then Sheree jumps in and said, well, girl, I was talking to Kenya earlier, and Kenya said you got a Tinder date. Like, that's not even real. Y'all not dating for real. It's just on some old Tinder stuff. I know y'all know about Tinder, swipe left, swipe right, and all of that stuff. She basically said, Kenya said the date ain't real. But I don't understand why Kenya would even have any comments on this when she hasn't had the best dating past in her life as well. So I'm confused as to all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is weird. So after Marlo was like, girl, I'm just having fun, I ain't doing all that, here come Monyetta. Well, I think that it's a little early that you bringing him around, but you know, everybody do it differently. Monyetta, what? Girl, let me tell y'all something. When I was out here dating, because I'm tooking now for now, but listen, when I was out here dating, girl, I will bring a dude that I just started dating around my mama. I don't care. Listen, everybody don't move the same way, Monyetta. And how long it took you to bring Neo old golf ball head ass around your mama and daddy, around your mammy and pappy? How long did it take you to do that? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? But she tried to bring up the fact that Marlo basically tried to out her, and Marlo was like, I do what she do. You know what I'm saying? When she panned the phone around the room, I saw that it was him. I wasn't trying to, do her dirty or whatever. It's just that when she panned the phone around, I realized it was Roy. Because see, Monyetta was trying to sit up here and say that Marlo was trying to take Kenya's shine by saying that she used to date the boy. And Marlo was like, girl, in 2018, girl, like we went on one date. It wasn't that. I just basically give Kenya the energy that she gives to me. That's what I do. But Monyetta had to take it a little further and say, but no, you even brought up the fact that it was a DM and all of that. Monyetta, did not Kenya do the same thing when it come to Martell? Did she not bring up a DM? I'm confused. Like, and Monyetta, you kiss so much ass. It's not even cute. I remember when Cynthia was on the show, she was Nene's lapdog for a long time. I do. But at the end of the day, at least she wasn't, I don't know, maybe it just didn't come off like this. Because even Sheree had to say, girl, you trying to sit up here and jump kick for them. But when Martell DM'd Kenya, it was on some real, like, thank you, for looking out. But in this situation, this was an actual DM where he was really on this girl. And here we go with the BS. Like, I'm confused. Like, how do you not call this out? And I'm with Sheree on that. How do you not? And I do not give a damn about no Martell. But I'm with Sheree on that. Sheree was like, girl, this is fake. This is really, really fake. And she got in her confessional and was like, Monyetta need to take her head out of Kenya and Candy's ass. She really does. It's giving, girl, get your life. Be your own woman. Be your own person. Because it seems like you just there to do their bidding when they not around. And I don't like it. I don't know. I just don't like it, girl. Monyetta really threw me a loop. Anyway, Martell FaceTimes, what's that girl named? Sheree. And he's over there lying like they be sleeping together, talking about, you been gone so long. We normally don't be away this long without sleeping together. But, think about me tonight. Martell, ain't nobody buying that shit. Because that ain't what you be saying on Love and Marriage Huntsville. That ain't what you saying. Now, Sanya and Courtney is here for Martell's relationship with Sheree. If it's true, girl, have at it. You know how to pick bad men anyway. Ain't nobody worried about it. But at the end of the day, girl, we do not care. We do not care. Don't try to flaunt Martell like y'all doing something real. Because y'all not. Y'all really not. Now, Sheree decides to tell, what's that girl named? Drew. That girl, when you got up and was crying or whatever, Candy had said and seen, because it was looking like it was giving screen. It was giving Actors Guild. It was giving you wasn't, real or whatever the case may be. So what you have to say about that? You know what I mean? Well, Drew was like, well, first of all, maybe she was misinformed like you were, because you were misinformed. And baby, Sheree was like, but we talking about Candy right now. That's your friend, right? Ain't that your friend? We talking about Candy. What do you have to say about Candy basically saying you was around there acting? You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, well, like I was saying, maybe it was just, her misunderstanding, like you had a misunderstanding. And, it's cool. I'll talk to her about it. But, it was just maybe a misunderstanding because nobody understands what I'm going through. Nobody understands what everything that's being put on me and placed on me. Your husband is out there with another woman probably cheating and eating and skeeting and you don't know about it and you worried. That's what this is about. On the flip side, after 7.5 hours, Kenya done got out of the doggone hospital with not even a fractured freaking finger. They gave that girl a prescription and told her go home. Girl, Kenya, you is dramatic. I'm not saying she wasn't really hurt, but girl, I'm with Courtney. Courtney said this the second trip she done been ambulanced away on, girl. This is getting out of hand. Girl, you gotta stop costing the taxpayers all this money. Well, no, you paying that if you get a doggone ambulance everywhere you go, girl. This is getting too much. It really is. Now, Candy done lost her whole day messing around with you and gotta eat KFC out there in Portugal. That's wrong. Even Candy had to say that. I didn't come out here for all of this, but I had to be here for my friend. You know what I mean? Oh, Sheree. You know, I believe that the producers are putting this confessional in with the other one so that we can notice that you got your face done. You can't convince me otherwise. They doing this purposely because you got other confessionals where you look amazing. Like, look at this one. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but all jokes aside, look at Sheree in this confessional. Look at her face. Look at her, the symmetrics, if that's even a word, of her face. Everything. Look at this confessional. And they put this in the episode and then go back to this confessional and tell me you don't notice a huge difference. The producers is messy as hell, girl. They messy. Oh, poor Sheree. Anyway, so they get to the pottery thing. They about to do pottery. And Drew and Monietta act like they gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? And at first, Drew had me fooled. Not Drew. Sanya and Monietta. Sanya had me fooled. I thought they really was gonna get into it. But it turns out they was just acting so that they could say and scene. That was just a little jab and drop it with Drew, as they should. Now, Drew don't see the humor in the joke. She said they all acting like the peanut gallery. No, Drew, whatever goes on in your head is the peanut gallery, Drew. That's just what it is. Moving on. Now, Sheree done painted a star. They was painting stars and hearts or whatever at the pottery place. And she painted her star to say she by Sheree. Girl, when Drew said her doggone star gonna be on the site, overpriced as usual for $150, I hollered. Because to be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if she started photocopying them things or copying them things and put them on that high-end site. Girl, Sheree, go have several seats. That star was trash. It was pure trash. So now they leave there. They get back to their rooms and all that. And Sheree is planning a slumber party, right? So she ordering food, FaceTiming Martell. Some of the girls arrive. They get there. Monietta is there. Sheree is there. Candy arrives, and Sheree said Candy got to do something better with her fashions and her hair because she arrived looking like Cleo from Set It Off, and I concur. So now the only person they down there waiting on, because I don't think Kenya gonna come, she knocked out off the meds. But the only person they waiting on to come down there is Marlo, and they waiting on room service. So room service arrives, and all the girls are there. Marlo gets there, everybody having a good time, and they ask Candy what happened at the hospital. Like, girl, what was going on? Y'all was down there for 1,000 hours, you know what I'm saying? And Candy basically said, girl, they pushed us off to the side, had Kenya rolled in the bed off to the side on the wall, and we just had to wait. That's just what it is. We just had to wait. She said, the people was in there looking like zombies. It looked like a scary movie. And I said, Candy, you should have ran for the hills because Kenya would have did so. You should have ran for the hills. Now, Drew musters up the courage to ask Candy why she said and seen when she got up and cried. She said, because my feelings are valid and they true. And I want to know why you would sit up there and act like I was acting, because I wasn't acting. I have plenty of acting jobs, girl. I don't need to act. You know what I'm saying? I can say what I say and mean what I mean or whatever. Candy was like, girl, you tried it. Girl, listen, I didn't mean it like that. But at the end of the day, you get into it with everybody. Like, you beef with everybody and it's all the time. So, girl, I just said, I've seen you get into worse things than this. What's the big deal? You know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal because, I feel like you was just putting 20 on 10. That's basically what Candy was saying. You was putting 20 on 10 and I didn't like it and I called it out. That's just what it was. But it was in a funny, joking manner. It wasn't how you making it out to be. You trying it and you stretching it. You know what I'm saying? But, of course, what's that girl name? Drew is still in her feelings because she said her feelings are valid. And, she feels like she needs to be heard or whatever. Candy and her many faces still don't understand, because like she said, girl, you get into it with everybody. Why this time you crying? It just don't make sense. Candy, that's because her husband is cheating. But anyway, she ended up apologizing to Drew and they moved on. Now they asked Sanya, girl, what happened at your Mommy Nation brunch? Your sister left, girl. Your hair burning. What's going on? And she get the crying and said, girl, yeah, my sister left because she felt like I was pulling her and pushing her too thin. And you know, my family dynamics about to change and I'm scared, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm holding on to something that really ain't there. I just need to adjust to just being at the house with my husband and my child. That's what most people do, Sanya. That's what most people do when they get married. They deal with their immediate family, okay? Well, anyway, that brings up them asking Drew about dropping with Drew. And Sheree jumps up and holler, I ain't see none of y'all buy nothing from She by Sheree. Sheree, the site was barely doggone up. Anyway, the girls end up saying, well, girl, look, we wanted to buy it, but girl, the shop was down. The website was down. But they end up going online trying to buy or whatever. You know, Sheree telling the girls how to get online. She said she feels some type of way because now they acting like they don't know how to navigate her site. She said, girl, y'all acting like y'all don't know how to work the internet no more, girl. Like, what is you doing? You know what's going on. You know how this works. It's not that deep. Sanya turns around and say, I swear I'm not trying to be funny, but how do I add it to my cart? I don't see it on here. She was like, I'm really like asking a genuine question. So now, you know, of course, Sheree was talking her smack, and Sanya said it really upset her and her homegirls because they really wanted to support She by Sheree. You know, because Sheree brought up the fact that, girl, I get you $5,000 for your charity, girl. The least you could do is get a t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? And Sheree was like, girl, not Sheree, Sanya was like, girl, I'm here for it. I really wanted to support you, girl. We had a whole group chat with messages with nothing but support, trying to see when the site was going to be up. And the whole time, the site was never up, child. It was down. What do you want us to do? She said, girl, after we busy, after we can't get on the site, we moving on with life. We ain't like that, like you doing the most or whatever. So they end up buying their She by Sheree and child production wrapped. And when production wrapped, Marlo had her phone on dial, on time, ready for the tea. So they get the arguing, girl. And basically, what's that girl name? Drew is trying to say that she did not make out with, what's the girl name? Shoot, I forgot her name. The other girl who was on the season. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She basically, LaToya. She said she wasn't making out with Toya. She never made out with her. That Toya was just humping on her. Now, the girls are really, you know, questioning this because, like Candy said, girl, I was there. What do you mean? You clearly was humping on this girl. I saw it with my own two eyes. Like Candy said, you're not about to make me unsee what I saw. Girl, that's what y'all was doing. But you know, of course, Drew going overboard, saying that never happened. I don't have a reason to lie. Why would I lie? And Candy feels played. Candy was like, what you not gonna do is make me out to be a liar. I'm not no liar, heifer. You did what I saw you do. Now, the producer asked Drew in the confessional, has she ever kissed a girl? Drew, have you ever laid your dick suckers? I'm gonna beep that out. But have you ever laid your cock suckers on a girl? And Drew said, I have never. And it was in that moment I said, this heifer is lying. Lying, like she always been. And girl, you know production is messy. Here we go. So they reminds her that LaToya said it out her mouth that y'all, you know, kind of cheated because she said she did it on the reunion. She actually did a flashback saying, girl, you cheated on your husband with me because we made out. We was kissing or whatever. Drew is holding steadfast that never happened. She even goes on to say she feel like Candy told LaToya to do that. And Toya had then come around there and apologized to her and Ralph on multiple occasions because she knew that it was a lie. Girl, somebody get LaToya on the line. Matter of fact, let me go check Twitter right quick. Now, I ain't see nothing from Toya so far, but nevertheless, girl, we don't believe you. Candy was like, girl, you could play with yourself, play with your mammy, but don't play with me. I saw what I saw, and you not about to sit up here and make me out to be a liar because you did what you did. Like, that's just what it is. Now, Drew is going back and forth saying, girl, I have no reason to lie. What would I lie about? Because, Drew, you are a pathological liar. Now, this is not a situation where Drew was abused or nothing like that. This is a situation where Drew is ashamed of what she did. That's what all of this is about. But Drew don't want to take accountability for it. Now, the producers turned around and asked Marlo, do she remember? And Marlo was like, yeah, I'm like 80% saying she did. And it was like, why 80%? She said, because hell, she got me wondering. The way she's convincingly lying to me, I'm trying to figure out if what I believed in my own two eyes was real. Like, this heifer is crazy. Like, what's going on? Now, the producer, like I say, asked if she ever kissed a woman, and she said no. Well, 3 months later, we find out the lie detector test determined that was a lie. Because Mullo got the tea after it was put out that her and Ralph was getting divorced. Mullo had already got the tea that she was around there messing with Ty. Ty is the girl from doggone Love and Basketball, or Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta. They even got clips of Ralph asking her if she ever kissed a girl or kissed Ty. Oh no, kissed a girl, I think. And she's over there saying no. But the way she's saying it is convincingly telling me that whatever they say she did that shit. Said what I said. Whatever they say she did it. They even went as far as to ask the new cousin Courtney girl, what did Ralph tell you? And she was like, well, I mean, Ralph said what he said. You know what I'm saying? He said nothing out of the what y'all done heard. So she's talking to Ralph. Now they put up the receipts of her in the rumor with Ty and the doggone affair and them having a divorce, because you know that's in the blogs at this point. We got video of you side hugging Ty like y'all don't carpet munch at night. The people want to know what's going on, Drew. What's the real reason why Wreck-It Ralph is ready to leave you? What's going on? So they get her in the confessional and they say, girl, what is your relationship with Ty? And before that heifer could even answer, she started to cry. Cry me a river. Go on and just... Girl, shut up, Drew. That's what we need to get into. What's going on with you and Ty? What is going on? Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this episode. Do y'all believe that she was over there scissoring with Ty? I believe she was. I can see it. It's written all over your face. I believe it. Y'all drop down in the comments and let me know, because that was the end of the episode, girl. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on TikTok, share the video to your Twitters and your Instagrams and all of that or whatever. And I will see y'all later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.